So let me get this straight. Before the election, they were talking about how terrible the economy was, when the economy was the tops of the world. Other countries, other economies were envious of our economy. They were saying that the economy was terrible. Eggs were too expensive. Gas was too expensive. You had the lady talking about how she had to count cheese, right? This was before the election. And now that the economy really is failing, the stock market is crashing, prices are going up because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Now they're trying to tell you it's okay for everything to be expensive. It's okay if you're losing money. Hey y'all, my name is Tabitha. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and please hit that follow button. Yes, MAGA nuts are now singing a different tune. It's okay if everything goes up in price. It's okay that you're losing thousands from your retirement. It's okay. We really don't care.
And you know what? I don't really care about my 401k today. You know what? Not that I can afford it, not that it isn't important, not that I'm not at a point in my life when I should be worried about my 401k, because I am. But this is what I believe. I believe in this man. And I believe that what we're seeing now with his bringing in $1 trillion in business and manufacturing and companies moving back to the United States, and seeing what we saw during COVID when we couldn't, we had all those supplies.
That was Janine Piro. I used to call her drunk Janine Piro. Y'all remember during COVID when a lot of the hosts were doing their shows from the house? Janine Piro did her show from the house. Let me show you.
Welcome back to Justice. Just the other day, the president talked or was hoping about the possibility of reopening everything on Easter Sunday, and in a way where we could kind of come out of this quarantine, as loose as it may be, that we're involved in. And Lisa Booth, the Fox News contributor, is here to talk with us tonight.
I tried to keep a straight face. Janine was drunk as a skunk doing her show from her house during COVID. Did you see that little piece of it? Listen, my point is, she used to have her own show. She no longer has her own show. She's now a co-host. So, yeah, Janine Piro will say anything. Also, Janine Piro makes $3 million a year being a co-host over at Fox. Allegedly, this is the word out there on the curb. Janine Piro makes $3 million a year telling her minimum wage viewers that she could care less about her 401k and losing money in her 401k. Therefore, they shouldn't rise up and be upset about losing their money. She ain't the only one trying to spin this narrative.
Losing money costs you nothing. This is just the reality of life. Were you young and dumb? How much money did you lose? Everyone loses money. Everyone loses money. It costs you nothing. In fact, it builds quite a bit of character. In fact, you learn a lot of lessons actually by losing money. Losing your character costs you everything.
When I first saw Benny Johnson's clip of him trying to make it seem that people losing thousands of dollars was this nonchalant thing, that it was nothing, all I saw was this. This don't look like someone that's not worried about losing thousands of dollars. This looks like someone that's very worried about losing thousands of dollars. Also, he talks about losing your character is more important. Benny Johnson was outed by the Department of Justice, by Biden's Department of Justice, Merrick Garland, outed Benny Johnson and other right-wing media personalities for taking money from Russia. Benny Johnson was making, allegedly, if I'm remembering correctly, $400,000 a video that he put out spreading propaganda about the Ukraine. And he too is telling the poor people, the poor MAGA nuts, losing thousands of dollars is nothing. And then he wants to talk about character on top of that. Benny Johnson has no character. He was taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from Russia to spread lies, misinformation, and Russian propaganda about the Ukraine and other things to mislead Americans. Benny Johnson has no character. But the MAGA nuts, they'll listen to him. The MAGA nuts will listen to Janine Piro. They won't pay attention to this body language right here. This motherfucker is worried about the thousands of dollars that he's losing. My 401k, my retirement increased by thousands under Joe Biden's presidency. Everything that Joe Biden was doing was right when it came to my retirement. Joe Biden put into place some policies that reduced the cost of medications. Joe Biden was doing right things when he was in office. Joe Biden was putting in policies and programs that was going to increase jobs for Americans here in the United States. And yet they all lied and said the economy was horrible under Joe Biden. And so they all went into the voting booth to vote for Donald Trump. And now the economy is horrible. All of the money that I made under the Biden presidency and my retirement, gone. And Donald Trump hasn't been in office 90 days. That money is gone. 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 Things are getting ready to go up exponentially. Your fruits, your vegetables, food, rent, supplies. Yeah. And all of our trading partners, they are walking away from the United States, and they are working together to build new trading agreements, leaving the United States out there alone. Yeah. And they're trying to tell you, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Worry about building character. Worry about losing your country. Soon as y'all voted that motherfucker in the office, we lost our country. Point blank, period.